First of all, how are you, my love? Because I know. I just keep hearing, we know. Like, we know, we know, we know, right? And this eclipse, there could have been a lot of realizations coming up for you, a lot of realizations, a lot of transitions, and either like a crumbling of something, a crumbling of an old version of you, or a crumbling of, I've had a lot coming up around moving, housing situations, moving jobs, changing careers, breakups in relationships. So you could have had something like really huge change during this eclipse period. And what I'm hearing from the angels is literally just over and over and over again, like, we know, we know. And I'm just picking up on it feeling a little bit messy at the moment. But this is kind of like the messy part before, like right before. And you might even be getting these inklings of the breakthrough just coming through now, because this has been coming up in a few of my last messages. It's kind of like, you know how I said about the woman, and she's like literally sitting like this. She's like in the dark, she can't see that in front of her is the key, and there's like this big door, and like I can see the door in my mind's eye right now. And basically what's happened on this period is in the last message, it was like, oh, you realized you had the key, but now you're either about to, I've got chills, or you've just walked through the door. You've just realized you've got the key, you've actually opened the door, and you've walked through. And what I'm hearing is reception. So it's almost like right now you're in the reception area, and you know when you're in the reception area, say if you're having a doctor's appointment or something, you're not quite sure when you're going to get called in, you're not sure how many people are in front of you, you're not sure, like, it just feels a little bit uncertain. And that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up here. You might be feeling a bit uncertain right now, which can feel like unsettling, right? When you don't know what's coming next. But I think the message really, yeah, it's like you're in this waiting room, and I can just see somebody almost like pacing in the waiting room, and maybe it's causing a little bit of anxiety for you. Trust me, like I'm right there with you on this, because this eclipse season for me has been a lot. It's been a lot of change, so I know exactly how you're feeling moving through this. But I'm just seeing like the light getting brighter. It's almost like, oh, like you're opening the door to this like light. You're walking into the light from where you have been feeling dark, right? And this dark energy like could be a bit of like depression, could be a bit of like grief maybe coming up previously for you, or it might be something you're still moving through now. But the light is there, and you're in the waiting room. You've walked into the light. You're literally there. You're like right there. And what's going to unfold next is crucial. I'm just hearing crucial. It's like I'm picking up on fated. What is going to happen next is fated. It's written, it's meant to happen, and you are exactly where you're meant to be right now in this waiting room. And I'm sure I can literally hear some of you, one, rolling your eyes and being like, I feel like I've been in a waiting room for a really long time. And like, I know, I freaking get it. Like, I get it, okay? But it's almost like you've been in and out of this waiting room is what I'm getting. And they're literally just showing me like a doctor's appointment, you know, and you have to like keep going back to the doctors for something. Not that this, maybe I'm picking up on like a health journey. Maybe one of you's been, you know, this is in relation to like some sort of health journey that you've been on, right? But if not, it's just the analogy. And it's almost like, I'm also picking up on like, they're showing me like somebody that's just like wrapped up, but like in a cocoon wrapped up. So it's almost like you're like in and out of this cocoon, in and out of this like waiting period. But the waiting period is so crucial. I'm hearing it's so crucial because it's in this waiting period that you are integrating your shadow and developing and becoming this next version of you that can walk out of the waiting room and into the next chapter. Do you know what I mean? Oh, yes, I love this. So it's kind of like you're just like in the waiting room and they're just drawing my attention to like squares. I don't know, that could be significant for somebody. It might be something we come back to it that makes sense in a little while. But it's like you've been in and out of this period of cocooningness because you have been integrating your shadow, and your shadow side might have been coming up louder over this eclipse season or this period of time from whenever you're seeing this message. This is a timeless message, and they wanted me to like reiterate that. So it's kind of like the shadow might be coming to the surface because all of this needs to come to the surface. And the moments that these things have come to the surface before for you, you weren't as conscious as what you are right now. It's like in picking up on the last 6 to 12 months that you have really developed your level of consciousness and really expanded your mind and expanded your level of awareness, because you have been able to be a little bit more present than you ever have been before. You're more aware of your behaviors and your habits than you ever have been before. And that, my friend, is your consciousness, your brain literally expanding, and you're able to now, it's almost like this, I'm seeing an image of like, you know how like, it's like, I think it's like a mountain and then a mountain underneath, and the mountain underneath like represents a subconscious mind. So it's almost like that. See, there's like a line between them, right? So say there's like a line here. I hope I'm explaining this well. And it's almost like the top mountain is almost like getting bigger. I'm just seeing them, it's kind of like pushing down. Sometimes it's really hard for me to explain what I'm seeing because I know you guys can't see it, right? And it's like pushing down, and it's because your subconscious mind is being more revealed, like more from your subconscious mind is being revealed in order for you to, I've got chills, integrate so that you can move through whatever it is that you're moving through at this moment in time. So it's like all of those habits, all of those behaviors, or like the old versions of you have been like tugging on your energy. And you know, sometimes that voice can be so enticing as well, and it can like, it's so sneaky. It like comes up and it like makes you think that it's okay to then like be like doing the things that you know that like aren't the best version of you, for example. And there's like not shaming yourself for that as well, because it's just how the mind works and it's how the brain is kind of like wired. It's like when you're creating a new neural pathway, they're just showing me like these like sparks together, which is kind of signifying when you create a new neural pathway, when you create a new belief, the more that, yeah, it's like your brain wants your old beliefs confirming, is what I'm hearing. So say if you have like a negative belief, your brain will then look to confirm that negative belief, right? But when you're creating new beliefs, it's almost like every time you reinforce that belief, these kind of like strings in your mind, they expand, they get bigger, and that belief gets bigger. And I'm just seeing the kind of like I'm seeing like it's really hard for me to articulate. I'm seeing like a line, right? Like just pretend this is like your brain. This is like a new thought that's in your brain. And then this new thought is like sparking off, and then another belief is like sparking off of that one, and then off of that one, and they're all just conjoining, creating this whole new level of beliefs. It's almost like you're raising your like energy set point, and this energy set point is what some people are born into. Do you know what I mean? They're they're born into and raised with this level of set point, but you've had to do all of this work under the surface in order to even get your set point to this point, is what I'm hearing. Oh, I've got chills. Yes, I love this. So it's almost like this eclipse period is pivotal and crucial to your like development, or for whenever you're seeing this message. This is like a fated, they're showing me the Wheel of Fortune in tarot. So it's like this period of time is fated. You are meant to, maybe you're not seeing that many people at the moment, for example. Maybe you're not hanging out with your friends as much as what you would usually. Maybe you're not going out as much as what you would usually. The universe separates before it elevates, and it wants you in this cocoon. Ooh, confirmation verb. So that you can integrate, rest, integrate, and emerge as this new version of you. Because sometimes when you're hanging out with friends or you're going out, it interrupts in the kind of like cocoon process. It's kind of like you don't want to wake, it's almost like you don't want to wake you up, is what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. They're kind of drawing my attention to Fourth Wing, and if you've read Fourth Wing, then you'll know the analogy of the picture of like one of the dragons is sleeping, and then it's like Violet keeps like waking it up by accident, and that's like the analogy they're giving me. It's kind of like we don't want to be like energy leaking everywhere by being in loads of places whilst you're integrating this period of like inner work and inner growth that you have been working on. I'm just picking up on somebody who has been really working on themselves, eating better, going to the gym, journaling, maybe like singing, dancing, trying new like classes and stuff. I'm just picking up on somebody who is, maybe you just got into breath work or meditation, that is really starting to take their practice seriously and really starting to care about themselves a lot more. And through these practices, your consciousness is expanding and you're starting to realize a lot about yourself that you did not realize before. Oh, I'm just going to switch my battery 1 second. Okay, Little Mermaid might be significant for somebody. I'm just picking up on like maybe like you like finding your voice and finding your voice, and then just like relaxing your body. Maybe you've been working on your boundaries a little bit or something here. See if there's anything else that wants to come in. I'm also picking up on the film Narnia. Again, that's kind of like tying into what I was just saying about the like being more beneath the surface and you uncovering more. And that's kind of what happens in Narnia, right? They, you know, discover a whole new world. And I feel like you're in a period of discovering a whole new world, whether that is through this change and transition that you are going through at the moment, whether this is inside of yourself or something that's happening in your physical reality. This will be different for different people, so let me know how it resonates. But it's kind of like you're just uncovering more depths of you, is what I'm hearing. Uncovering more depths of you. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Archangel Michael might be significant for some of you. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. I'm just picking up on how peaceful, once this mess has cleared, and it's gonna clear very fast, is what I'm picking up on. The mess is clearing fast. 24, 72 hours for some of you. Okay, let's see if the tarot wants to give us any final words. Let me just shuffle them. Any final words for this collective? Angels, is there any final words for this collective? Any final words for this collective? Yeah. Okay. You might be in a period where you're kind of feeling really uncomfortable to the point of it's kind of making you want to take impulsive action, because I feel like when the shadow is coming up, it can kind of lead you to, I'm picking up as this is inner conflict, and then the Knight of Swords being fast-paced, impulsive movement. So it could just be like a reminder to not take any impulsive movement, not to make any rash, quick decisions during this period until the kind of like mess and fog has cleared, is what I'm picking up on. And then we've got the King of Pentacles and the Lovers. So yes, this could signify love, but I'm actually picking it up as through this period, you are, number one, getting your money right, something to do with foundation here. Maybe you're moving to a new job, or something's happening in your career at the moment, or yeah, just something to do with wealth and foundation is what I'm picking up on. You see how I said some people are like born and they grow up where that set point is, and you've had to work your way to this set point. That's what I'm picking up with the King of Pentacles here. And then the Lovers I'm picking up of, this is confirmation of what I was saying about you really working on yourself, you just taking your self-care to another level. And yeah, and then we've got this, which I feel like is, you see how he's got the defense up? This is like part of your shadow. I'm picking up on, this is part of your shadow, conflicted, defensive, and wanting to take impulsive action because feeling uncomfortable isn't very pleasant, right? But this is just confirmation really here that you are, you know, you are moving to a whole new level of like self-love and self-care within yourself, and that is just going to ripple out throughout your whole energy field. And yes, it might take some time because unfortunately we're in this 3D reality. Yes, but I'm really proud of you for moving through this and for moving through whatever you are going through right now, because I know it's not easy, and I know this work is not easy, and I know that being on a journey, an inner self-love journey, trying to like better yourself and better your life is not an easy road to take. And oh, I'm hearing the road less traveled, the road less traveled, the walk less traveled. I don't know what the exact saying to that is, but that's what's coming through right now, is like you're walking down the path less traveled. That's what it is, the path less traveled. And that's so interesting because in my meditation, I was seeing this, they showed me like this path, and on this path there was like puddles through this path, and I was like at a distance, so it was like I could see the whole path moving forwards. And then there was a tree at the end, and I did think, okay, sure, but now it feels actually relevant. It's like you're walking down this path, and as you continue to walk down this path, it's getting clearer, and soon you're going to be able to see the whole path. And all the puddles is all this rain, the storm that you have been through this period, and it's going to clear. And I'm seeing like the sun like coming out at like on this like scene. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's the message. Let me know if this resonated with you. I'd love to know. And hold on. I'm hearing hold on. Hold on, hang tight. All is well. All is well. I'm seeing some of you being like, all is well, and like going through it. But sometimes we can feel like things are happening to us when actually they're happening for us, and it's only in hindsight that we can see that they're actually happening for us. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, trust that it's clearing and that you are moving towards calmer waters. They're showing me the Six of Swords, and I just think I'm so proud of you. And I know that this work is like, it's just not easy, and not a lot of people see it, and you might be feeling a little bit alone in it, but I promise you, you're not alone. You're never alone, and your angels and guides are always around you, okay? And you have me now, so I'm here too. And yeah, okay. I love you so much. I'll see you in another message. Bye.